What pops into your head when you hear Helltown, Ohio? The crazy cults, devil worshippers, killers, immune python slithering through the forest, an abandoned bus full of bodies? Well, the legends of Helltown, Ohio run rampant. In this video, I'm going to give you the truth of all of them, with my own personal experiences with some. And so if you guys like these abandoned site videos, please subscribe to the channel and comment down below the scariest place you've ever been. Or even if you've been to Helltown and your experience there. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. Helltown lies within Summit County. The area is Boston Mills, and Boston Mills was first settled in 1806 and still stands as the oldest village in Summit County. In 1820, the first mill was built, and years later, the Ohio and Erie Canal was built. That brought a lot of people to the area. The railroad came to town in 1880, and the station was named Boston Mills. In the late 60s, the area became the unlucky victim of a nationwide anxiety over the country's disappearing forest land. In 1974, President Ford, using the laws of eminent domain, he signed a legislation that gave authority to the National Park Service to buy the area and turn it into a national park. Residents began to leave in droves, in which was a mass evacuation since the government bought the properties and the residents were forced to move. As the residents moved, there was anger that was fueled. One wall was left with graffiti on it that said, "Now we know how the Indians felt." The government, being the amazing government it always is, keeping to its word, fell behind on the plan and they didn't completely destroy structures, so many houses were left abandoned with no trespassing signs. For each legend, I'm going to take you through what it was and then discuss the legitimacy of them, and then give you the truth while giving you my personal experience of the locations, starting with the Kryjik dump. Rumors and legends began to form in 1985 when the National Park Service acquired a private dump. The family vacated the property, and in the following year, a person collecting bottles on the site became ill. Park rangers would also complain of headaches, rashes, and odors. The National Park Service requested an analysis of the site's contents from the EPA. It was closed to the public in 1986 after toxic chemicals were found. First at the dump, there's a rumor that a giant python, dubbed the Peninsula Python, was created by toxic materials at the site, and to this day it roams the area, searching for people. My personal experience is I've never seen the snake, and no mutated animals. But I'm pretty sure a hiker would have seen it by now, unless they got eaten. I'm kidding. But funny thing is, I've never really seen any animals in the whole area, minus a owl, some birds, and a snake a little bigger than a garden snake. It's a little weird, but on to the next rumor. Next up, we got the Satanic Church. The whole area is rumored to be a big satanic cult because of the rumors of the area being the two churches. First, the Mother of Sorrows Church, and then the other, Boston Township Church. But many people speculate the church was home to a cult that conducted black masses and practiced human sacrifices, but all because of a little upside-down cross shape on the architecture. But in reality, it's a feature of Gothic revival architecture. So, my personal experience is I've seen it, did my research, and it's nothing creepy but, normal architecture. So if you're an inspiring architect, just be mindful of designing your buildings, or in the next few years that it could be home to rumors of cults, always fun. The first legend of the local cemetery starts with a ghost that sits on a bench and stares off into blank space. The truth is, at the Boston Cemetery, there is no bench in the cemetery, so that's debunked. And then the next local legend is that in the Boston Cemetery, there's graves that were from children that were killed in a bus accident. Well, first, obviously, there's kids' graves in any cemetery, but there's no reported bus accident in the area, and this was probably created as a result of the abandoned bus in the area. Also, that is loved by conspiracy theorists and adventurers like me. So, I love conspiracy theories, though. The school bus. This legend ties in with the last one, as a group of kids were all killed by a group of cult members or Satanists, the ones, from the church, obviously. Some say to have seen the ghosts of children, or hear the laughs or screams from the kids in the forest. The truth is, a family had bought a house in the area and needed repairs, and they needed a place to live because they couldn't live in the house because it was really in need of repairs. So they lived in the school bus, they removed the seats, put some beds in, that's where they lived. The bus was left by the family when they were forced to move by the government, so they didn't have a use for the bus, so they just left the bus there, and then the bus was removed from complaints by the locals that people would search for in all the hours of the days. It was kind of expected. But personally, I haven't seen it. It was torn down before I ever went. But it was there. There was a bus, but there was no bodies in it. Just an abandoned bus. Nothing special. The house in the woods. The legend states there's an abandoned house in the woods with the light always on. There's an actual house in Boston Township that has the light always on. It's a hostel, which is a lodging house for young travelers. But this place is not abandoned, and it's not really in the woods. My experience with this place is I've seen many people actually rent this place out, have parties and stuff there. There's actually a parking lot, and it's actually a pretty nice area. So, it's down to the right is the closed-off Stanford Road, which leads off to the abandoned barn on the road. But it's not abandoned. People rent it out, so nothing special about this place. It's kind of creepy, just chilling in the back of the road with, an abandoned road in the back, but, nothing special. Now we have the abandoned barn. This legend has many, many different parts to it. One, it's a cult hideout. That's why the abandoned Stanford Road that I'll be showing a video of has the roadblocks with the road closed. It was actually put there by the National Park Service, so that'll tie into the next theory. Anyways, or it's a Satanist practice there, or someone killed themselves inside the barn. Well, I don't know the legitimacy of that one, but the truth is, most of that didn't happen. I don't know about anybody getting hurt in there, but there is graffiti in the broken down area next to it, like 666 and stuff, but on the original barn, there's not really any graffiti on it. It's been opened up recently. I don't know why, but I'm showing you guys in the video. You can see that it's actually opened up, but I've been in it multiple times. The NPS has always patrolled the area. I've got caught a couple times taking pictures in there for people, but it's open now, so if you guys want to go up, check it out. Just be safe, don't climb anything like I did, don't fall. So, keep your hands clean. There's a lot of glass on the ground. So, that works. The end of the world road. Well, this legend states that you get bad luck or death that anyone comes on this road, because at night the road is possessed and the evil force will make you crash. Very legit. The truth is that the Stanford Road is actually closed off as a very twisty road with big dips, and people tried driving this at wicked speeds. So this gave the illusion when they came off the ground or they came over the heap that it was the end of the world. So many people would get hurt. There was fatalities, but the road is closed off. There's many closed road signs, but I've walked down this road multiple times. It's a very exhausting walk, let me tell you. It's very tiring. I've gone my longboard down it, my bike, and my buddy tried to do his motorcycle down it. It's fun. It's a good time. Very, very, very exhausting. I've also snowboarded down it in the winter. Good times. But when you get down to the bottom of the trail, you can turn left. Actually, there's a hiking trail that way. Very beautiful. You can walk down the pathway across the newly built bridge. You can see a little river coming down there. So if you want to go that way. There's also a little hidden gem. If you're on top of the road, you turn right. There's actually a hidden pond in the woods. So I've walked on it in the winter. Just a fun tip for you. These are all the main legends from Helltown in Ohio, and the facts of the legends. I pretty much got to the point in this video. Gave you the facts, what happened, what's there. So there's not much left standing in the town. There's 2 barns I showed in the videos, and the abandoned road. So everything was mostly cleared for safety reasons, including the old houses, and conserves from the locals from people exploring, getting hurt, and seeing if these legends are true. There was the bus there, was taken down. So thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you're thinking about going to Helltown to find any of these abandoned places and the lore behind it. So thank you guys. If you guys liked the video, please subscribe to the channel for weekly videos on the best abandoned places all around the world. Keep exploring.